This is going to be a very, very interesting.
This is going to be awesome. I mean, we could. I'll click record because I'm sure we're about to give something insightful out that we don't want to miss.
I'm already riveted.
This is pretty exciting because
I got you ribbon right here.
This is going to be our first Thursday night broadcast of DJNTV, and that's pretty impressive, pretty cool.
Are we recording now?
We are recording now. We've been recording for the last half an hour.
Ooh.
We're just waiting for something really insightful. So what
A lot
you're
of editing
seeing
on this.
is you're seeing Bill Hermann and Jason Jones, and of course I'm John Young here with the Disc Jockey News. Dude, what's going on with the hand? But we're here with DJNTV. This is our first broadcast. We just launched yesterday, and we had a lot of viewers on our first day. We had over 1,000 people come out and check out the website.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really awesome, especially since you didn't really have anything up.
Yeah, I just we did a few conference things. You know, we showed a few videos from some of the old conferences, and yeah, it was really a great day.
Some color bars.
Color bars, yes, and you know the video. We found out that some computers can stream, some computers can't. That was kind of a big thing to find out yesterday before we got going.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! So you know, I'm all Macintosh, and I've got iMacs, I've got the Retina laptops, I've got the Mac,
Nice.
all of them, and found out that the my little Mac, the little guy, MacBook Air, love it, except it can't stream.
Oh.
I tried streaming with that, and it would be going along, and all of a sudden, bloop, restart, bloop.
Well, I could have told you that.
Well, that's good to know.
But
if
it's
you're
so,
gonna buy one of those.
but it's so nice. I mean, and when at the Conclave, if you've seen the videos from Conclave 4, we streamed both days with that computer, and it looked great. So
It really did, especially the last one that you did. That was awesome.
The last seminar, or the last
seminar of the day with those two guys, those two good-looking,
those two guys,
sexually charged dudes.
I'm trying
it's
to
a
think
different
back.
website, I think, Bill.
I'm trying to think back to what that seminar was.
Hey, don't knock that website, man. I pay premium prices for that website.
That's where you pay to be on it, right?
Hey.
Because there's lonely housewives somewhere. Oh, right. So I want to talk about a couple of the upcoming things coming here in the industry. You know, we've got January. You guys are headed down to Australia.
Oh, and just
all the way down
days
under, not
counting?
just down under, but all the way down under.
Yeah, you're going to be down there with the icebreakers trying to rescue the Russians down there. That's going to be pretty.
6 days and counting. That's exactly.
Wait a minute, is it that cold down there? You told me it was going to be warm, Jason.
It's going to be really warm. Well, I from what I understand from Robert, who introduced us to everybody down there.
Robert Huggins.
Robert Huggins, yeah. That Melbourne can go anywhere from, as he was described, cold as a Russian gulag to as hot as a fill in the blank. So it could go from 120 degrees and then suddenly, like the next day, it's like
all the way down to like
swept away down to 62.
Which that's not a Russian gulag. I don't think that he would call it a Russian gulag if he had ever been here in the Twin Cities. Now,
well, full disclosure, I don't think he's actually been in a Russian gulag. Of all the vacationing he's done,
that
I
is
don't
a
think he's
question
done
we haven't asked him.
The gulag, the gulag all-inclusive resort.
Well, you know, we did bring Robert. Robert was up for one of our fall events, the Conclave and the Entertainment Experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when he was up, we were in the 20s temperature.
It was November.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Now, if he'd be up today, it's 25 below us.
Too bad.
This is a Russian gulag.
This is the definition of too bad.
Yeah, this is
because it's Russian gulag. It's freeze your snot when you breathe in.
Yeah. Well, this kind of weather just gives shy people even something to talk about. So.
There we go. Pretty excited. Monday, our high temp supposed to be like out here is supposed to be like a negative 20 for the high. Monday's video is going to be me taking a bucket of boiling water outside, throwing it up in the air. And if you've ever done this at 20 to 30 below, it literally hits and explodes. It sounds like a shotgun going off, and it's just ice crystals.
Well, that's awesome. You'll probably get like 1 billion hits on that.
We're doing it Monday because if it's that cold,
that's going to go viral.
It's going to be awesome.
And that's the weather report on Disc Jockey News TV. Now let's go back to the studio with John Young to talk about something interesting.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so anyway, my question, you guys are headed down. How do you guys put together an event basically on the other side of the world?
Well, it's as much as we'd like to take credit for it. It was John Beck, who is a disc jockey in Melbourne, Australia, who is also friends with Robert Huggins, who we just mentioned. Robert, like you said, was in Minneapolis that time about 2 years ago to take our first entertainment experience workshop, and he told John. And John called me and said, "Hey, I'd like to come to Minneapolis and take your workshop," which is a lovely compliment. Mm-hmm. So I told him, well, this is what it would take, and this is what it's going to be, and this is what it would cost, and yada, yada, yada. And then, jokingly said, "Hey, but you can always bring me to Australia." And 3 days later, John Beck had called me up and said, "Well, I got 3 people ready to sign up right now and a location. Were you serious about that?"
Oh, my.
And Jason and I looked at each other and went, "Well, I don't think we'd ever get a chance to go to Australia. So yes, we will. Yes, absolutely." So to set it up, it wasn't something we kind of chose to do. It's something we got a chance to do. It's something that we're really excited to do. But it was through the good graces of some really professional, excited, passionate disc jockeys in Australia that we are going to be flying halfway across the world and teaching our own brand of disc jockey BS.
Well, and because we have the relationships that we do with John, we basically have John and Robert that know us, really vouching for us. We're not just some carpetbaggers coming across the pond to, like, here we go, drink our snake oil.
Speak for yourself.
And so that's really what's made it possible. So they've been doing, all the logistics and all that. And of course, our sponsor EV has been really supportive as well. We're doing a special free event the day before the workshop where we're going to be presenting, as well as it's going to be just a big DJ gathering, because they're in Australia. They're probably, I'd say, 5 or maybe 6 years behind us in terms of DJs really getting organized as like, hey, we're businesses and we're in business and conferences and getting together for learning and development and industry development, as well as conversations about value, all of that. It's like you would think, oh, different country, it's totally the same, different, but it's like the same. It's like deja vu all over again. And the conversations that we've been having with them, everything from like price and gear to lights and
what's important and what's
how
not
it's done and what it's worth and everything. It's really been eye-opening that way.
It really, really is. I mean, John, you and I, and as well, and Jason, John and I were at the very beginning of all of this stuff here in the United States. And then Jason, you came on, as this all began, and, we were all sat here as leaders just here in the Midwest watching all this stuff begin. And we see it as ancient history because it was 15 years ago for many of us that began this whole thing. So when I see this in Australia, looking like it did 15 years ago, the same conversations, the same wording almost. Everything is exactly the same except for the accents are different. It's really odd. It really, really is. It's good. It's exciting, but it is, like Jason said, it's deja vu all over again.
Interesting. So you guys will be down there for a week? Is that what?
No, we're gonna make the most of it. Who knows if we'll ever get down to the other side of the world again? So.
And who knows if we're coming back at this point, because we're flying on the 7th of January, and we won't be back here in the United States till the 25th.
Oh, wow.
This is the closest we'll ever get to time travel in our lifetime, really. Because we get on the plane and we arrive there 3 days later, and then when we come home, we leave there in the morning on the 24th, and we get home here in the afternoon about 3:39 on the 24th.
Yeah, it's really a weird experience.
So I hope we don't age too much. Kind of scared. Benjamin Button on Qantas Airlines.
DJ Button, that's my name.
That's right. Great. Got a T-shirt that says that.
Yeah,
we go there. We're a minor. We come back here. We can get an ARP card.
I'm getting really. It's really an experience. It's an experience we didn't want to. I mean, who knew that we were ever going to be able to go to Australia?
Yeah.
So. My wife and I are celebrating our 20-year anniversary this year. Nice. So we went. I said, "Well, I want to go a couple of weeks early and take my wife." Mm-hmm. And Jason said, "Man, I got a chance to go someplace without my wife." So
I'll be celebrating their anniversary right along with them.
Mark this segment to edit this out.
The moment we fly, we get there, we're just going to ditch him in the airport and let him fend for himself in the hostels somewhere in the outback.
That'll last a couple of days. And
then the worst part for my wife is,
hey, you want to talk?
She gets on the internet and looks up Australia, and all she can find are all the things that can kill her. So everything in Australia can kill you. There's spiders as big as your head. There's flying squid that are poisonous. There's alligators and crocs everywhere, apparently. And something that the guys in Australia call drop bears, which I don't really understand, and I think they might be screwing with me, but something about drop bears falling out of trees and eating your head. So, it's terrible.
Wow. Well, good thing I have a small head. They won't find me appetizing at all.
Hey, what are you saying?
Him or him? Him or...
Yeah, I'm more of a meal.
Him or him?
I'm a lot more of a meal.
Cool. So you guys, we headed there, and then when you get back, then a couple of weeks later, we're all going to be, let's see, coming back on the 25th.
Yeah, a week later.
A week
One
later.
week later.
Then we're all headed
Just
down.
long enough to get over the jet lag.
Yeah. We'll be headed to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that. What are you guys, what are some things you guys are thinking about doing down in Vegas? I mean, what's going to be a big highlight for you this year? Have you guys looked at the schedules much? Or
Are we talking about the conference or Las Vegas?
Or the secret party.
There is a secret party.
There is a secret party.
Yeah, it's like a rave.
Is a conference.
You want to learn? You want to hear about it? 'Cause I know nobody's watching this, so I suppose we can tell you.
Pretty much, you can tell me anything because, I keep secrets so well.
Well, Jason and I are going to host a secret party
in the Disc Jockey News Lounge.
I'm in the Disc Jockey News Lounge on Tuesday night.
Nice.
And the only way you can get an invitation is to get an invitation. You can email Jason or I. You can check us through the Facebook page. You can find us on the floor of the conference. Or you can find somebody who already has an invitation and get an invitation from them. You have to have an invite. You have to come with somebody or you have to have an invite. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be pretty cool.
Nice.
Secondhand invitations are okay. Third hand.
So if they wipe it up.
If you have a third hand, I'd like to see that actually. So, bring.
I don't know. We'd achieve this.
What are you trying to do, an eagle?
Hey, keep it up. I'll get the puppet out again.
Yeah.
That's right. They haven't seen the puppet yet. So, Las Vegas, we're going to do that. And we're going to be in the Disc Jockey News booth. Yep. I don't know what day we're going to do that. But we're going to do a contest where anybody can win. You can if you be a part of this contest, everybody's going to go in for a drawing. And then you could also win by being the best, the person who's voted, who gets the most votes. The whole thing's kind of secret yet. We want to be sure that when we announce it, everybody kind of understands what it is, including us.
We're keeping it confusing and convoluted.
Yeah, exactly.
To reveal the
I just added 3 things to it that John wasn't going to do.
So
now.
There's a contest, and you may or may not win if you do or don't participate. And if you're good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Many will enter, few will win.
Exactly. Or all will enter and no one will win. Or
no one will come out alive. That's really what we know. No one will come out alive.
The only thing we
Jason
do
will run off with the prizes.
I think we did set a time for that. I think we were planning Tuesday at 6.
Yeah.
Tuesday at 6 is when we're going to be doing that. That would be...
Well, then immediately following would be the secret party. Then.
Precisely. They're going to come down, do the contest, and then from there, we're going to go up to the secret party, if they know the handshake, and do some great things.
And how long will the contest last for?
It's going to be quick. We're going to have things lined up, half an hour max, because we want to be good neighbors to all the other people in the exhibit hall at Mobile Beat 18, which is coming up February 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
So you got to get there early. You got to be there for the 30 minutes, and you got to get chosen to get up and play with us.
That's going to be it. That's going to be a big thing. We're going to have people there to get you in, get you signed up, and through the process. And
what did you think of my clothing optional idea?
I think we need to revisit that one a little bit.
Whatever.
Yeah, the clothing optional. We did that dance off, pants off, or pants off, dance off. We did that once.
And I was good at it, okay? I'd like to win again.
Yeah.
Twerking is okay.
Twerking. I'm getting a t-shirt that says that.
Twerking in the mobile DJ. It works.
Twerking is okay.
Well, one thing about the conference that I'm pretty excited about that hasn't been as strong in the past is there's a lot of people presenters and things from outside the industry that are going to be at this year's conference, and a lot of talk about like entrepreneurship and business and just a lot of things that are really universal to any kind of business and leadership that you're in, that can be applied to us and the industry, and I think it's really going to start great conversations around that stuff.
Oh yeah, I would agree totally.
Well, I think there's going to be some great in the industry people there as well.
I'm not dissing them.
Well, no, I think you
what are
are.
you saying?
That's in the next segment. We diss everyone from the industry.
Okay, I want to be sure you understand that I think all the in the industry people are really awesome, and Jason thinks that they all suck. That's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just get to the point. Let's talk about the crazy guy coming up from Dallas, Brian Dodge. Now,
oh my gosh, Brian Dodge is going to be there. I forgot about that. He's really extraordinary.
He is,
and he's insane.
Yes, in a good way.
I love that.
In a good way.
Really, I mean, I do. I love the insane people, and he is really amazing. Yeah. He really is amazing. I've bought a lot of things he's done. I read all the things he writes. He even has a podcast. It's really something you do not want to miss. Is Brian Dodge. Yeah. And Brian Dodge, the first time I saw him was through a Disc Jockey News Conference.
Yep. Yeah. You introduced him to all of us. I don't read any of his stuff, but I always feel really motivated after going to one of his presentations.
You can tell the people who have been to one of his presentations as they're walking around the hall doing bad seed.
Bad seed.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, really looking forward to Brian. I haven't seen him for, gosh, it's been a while since we've seen him. I mean,
it's got to be at least 5-6 years.
Yeah.
We'll have to do breakfast. We'll just tell him we have a TV show now.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll get him on. Actually, we've been talking about things like that, so it'd be awesome. So
cool.
So yeah,
Brian Dodge is amazing. Yeah.
And
that's the other people that I always like seeing Rick Brewer. Rick Brewer is a great speaker.
Yeah.
I think Josh Yan. He's a MC, television personality. He's really something. He's an interesting guy just to get to know. He's a very good presenter as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think isn't Dean Carlson from here in the Minnesota area?
Yep, Dean is going to be presenting.
Yeah.
And I think also from the Disc Jockey News, Mitch Taylor.
Oh, Mitch Taylor's going to be there. I love Mitch.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys you just want to hug and chew on his earlobe.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
So if it looks really red, then maybe give him a rest.
Yeah, or I've been there and you don't really want to catch what I got. Ken Day speaking again, isn't he?
Yes. Yep. Ken will be there, and Ken is one of those guys that even if you're just in a hallway for 10 minutes with him, you just can't help but to learn something from that guy.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Well, and he was, what he's going to be talking about. He's going to be talking about the same thing he was going to speak at a conclave before the weather cut us short.
Yeah.
And so we didn't actually get to hear about officiating, like kind of a whole new add-on that, especially for those that have developed their skills in speaking and hosting and emceeing and that sort of thing, really opens up a whole new world to add on to your business to be able to do that. And the great thing I've always noticed about the stuff that Ken does is and other than just kind of give you some really great ideas in theory, he'll often will have like, and I've got officiating in a box for you. You know what I mean? So you're like, right. I don't have to do the research. This is awesome. You go like table out and do it, and it's like boom, you're ready to go, and it's always worth every dime because I buy it.
It really is.
Yeah.
Another person who's speaking, I heard that I haven't seen speak in a really long time was DJ Peace. Him and Zan Smith are going to do something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're doing an interaction piece.
Very cool.
And DJ Peace is one of those guys been all over the world. And Zan Smith is an amazing performer himself, so you don't want to miss that. Plus, isn't Montel Jordan going to be there?
This is how we do.
I think so.
That guy, Montel Jordan's going to be there.
I think, he was going to be doing a presentation of some sort. I mean, geez, there's a lot of talent that I think because.
Are you talking about Montel Jordan, the TV host? No, that's Montel Williams.
No, that's Montel Williams.
That's a different person.
I thought we'd find out who's the daddy while we were there.
Different show.
Sorry.
Show. So there's going to be a lot of great content down there.
And then of course there's people you've never heard of, like Randy Bartlett. I've never heard of him.
I think I saw him on the back of a milk carton at one time.
Okay, well then apparently they're going to find him.
Yeah.
I learned how to choose pears from him.
You didn't learn to what?
How to choose pears.
Choose pears.
Well, the Bartlett was named after him. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, but don't bump.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
So I mean, I honestly, I have been going to the Mobile Beat DJ conference since 1999. The first time I went, it blew me away. Changed the way I did things. Changed the way I looked at what I do for a living. And actually, I think it was 98. Yeah, 98.
Yeah.
And I've not missed one. Not missed one. And because of that, other conferences have popped up around the country that have given people even more options. Mm-hmm. So it's been pretty. It's not something I'm going to miss, regardless of the speakers that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, I think
they do have quite a good. Oh, and speaking of people that you can't spend more than 5 minutes with without learning a ton. Ben Stowe is doing like 5 or 6 things, and he's from Northern Light Effects. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it would be safe to say that we wouldn't, if it wasn't for the experience and growth that we've had from the conferences we've attended, from both Mobile Beat as well as the Disc Jockey News conferences and all of the conferences, the workshops that we do would not be happening. And they wouldn't even be a thought. We'd still just be doing what we were doing over and over again.
I agree.
If it wasn't for the influences of the people we've met and the ideas that we got and the way that it's changed and shaped our outlook, it's so wild that sometimes like conversations that frustrate us now, we have to remind ourselves we were having the same conversations like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not a better or worse thing. It's just it's different. Like the whole point of view is different about ourselves and what we do. And that's like the best. I tell you, anybody that's never gone, they're going to have the best experience the first time they go. Right. It's just because you're just like, my mind is blown. Yep. And then every time after that, it's like, I want my mind to be blown again. And it's like, I felt a little bit of pressure, but I didn't feel it to be blown,
Well, and if you go to it with the right attitude, you get something great out of it every single time, regardless of the speakers, regardless of if you've seen somebody. I've seen the same people speak several times, and I always get something out of every single thing I do. Depends on my attitude going into it. And like Jason said, I mean, we are who we are because of the people that have influenced us. And it began with the conference, and the entertainment experience came out of it came out of John asking me to speak at one. And out of that, and seeing more people speak and people like Jason saying, well, we could probably create something even more out of this when people were asking for it. And people point at myself or John or even or Jason and say things like, wow, we want to be like that. We want to be like that overnight. And I don't even see myself as being anywhere right now other than this is the place of the journey that I'm on.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about the conferences. You can continue to be on a journey no matter where you are and get something that'll move you forward. And I am where I am because of the people that I've met and the things that I've seen. And the conferences are just one of those things. And Jason and I think some of the greatest strides we've made have been when we started to decide to teach this.
Yes.
There's learning, and once you pass learning, you move on to teaching. And teaching is a whole different kind of learning now for the teacher.
Oh, certainly.
It's amazing how it's really done amazing things for both of us. So it's just something that I'm honestly just grateful for every day. Mm-hmm. And to add to it that we get a trip out of it, to go see people that, and influence an industry on a global scale instead of just a local scale or a national scale. The opportunity is amazing, and we're grateful for it every day.
Oh, for sure.
Can I just say amazeballs?
Yes.
Yes, you can. No, maybe you can't.
Say it.
You know what your kids say? I'm just being hip and young.
No.
You are totes adorbs.
I want to get back to that point.
Right, not cry. That's something else.
You're so cray. You're totes adorbs.
See, he's got girls that age. My boys are still they're not into that kind of stuff yet.
No, they are. They're just not showing it to you because they don't want to look like girls. They know that you'll start beating them. I know you. I've seen the police reports going out there to Green Eagle. I know.
Yeah, it goes out here.
That's what Bill does. He reads police reports.
He has nothing better to do. It's that or the obituary and guess how. Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm not in it.
I've read all the police reports.
But getting back to Jason's point with when you go to the conference the first time or conventions and that mind-blowing that first time. And that was one of the, I think I experienced, we all had that epiphany when we went to the first one, maybe first two. And then after that, it seemed to be kind of a, we've seen this, but I think that the mind-blowing part wasn't there anymore, but what really kind of evolved is the level of friendships that a person has in the industry. And now we're to the point where from my own standpoint, truthfully, the seminars are that's just gravy. It's going down and seeing friends. It's down there and cementing some of the relationships we have with people online. Truthfully, it's a family
who knew
reunion.
back in the day that we were doing conferences that we all thought we were an island unto ourselves. And then you get into these conferences, and all of a sudden, there's a bunch of people that think like you do. And like the same things that you do, and all of a sudden you have an actual friend when you're told for years, don't talk to another DJ. He's just there to screw you.
Steal your ideas.
Steal you.
Right.
Steal things from you. Don't. And then all of a sudden, you realize that we're just a bunch of human beings working and living in a world around an industry and an idea that we just kind of made up anyway. And we've been using the same stuff that people did 20 years before we started. So when you can let that go, then I have more friends in an industry I thought I would never have friends in. I just thought I would have rivals in. All of us think we just have rivals to hide from and to keep things from, and I don't have that anymore. I have close friends from around the world because of those conferences. That's just that's the thing that I still have to wrap my brain around every time we talk about this.
Well, and that's like a bonus. You're talking about your relationships. I mean, that's a bonus that nobody ever even really thinks about. I mean, if you look at like the lineup of speakers and you're like assessing, well, do I want to go to this? Am I going to learn anything new from these speakers? Which you always do. No matter what level you're at, you're either going to get nuggets or maybe you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff you weren't expecting. And then
even if you've seen the same presentation, even seen that exact presentation over again, same thing. Anyway, sorry, Jason.
Yeah. Oh, there's this whole other level that happens then when you start just having conversations in the hallway with people and start talking to people. I mean, there's a guy that did a TED Talk that talked about like where the best ideas come from, where the greatest ideas come from, and it doesn't come from some lone genius down in his basement. Eureka! I've discovered it, and he comes up and shares it with the world. But instead, it comes from like conversations at the water cooler. One person has one part of an idea, the other person has another part of an idea, and then all of a sudden, and they're like going home like, oh, I've got the greatest idea. Almost all the innovations that I've been able to introduce into my shows have come from just out of conversations like that with other people, where it's like one thing triggered to fit with something else that was in my head that was like, that's perfect. And then I can go home and flesh it out all excited and jazzed up and just really feeling good about yourself and what you do in the business you're in.
Sure.
It's a really fancy way of saying Jason's been stealing stuff for years.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I thought I heard. He was stealing your ideas.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I said one part.
Without me, he'd be nowhere.
Yeah. I watch Bill's shows, steal his ideas, put my name on them.
He's got a whole chart. You should see it. It's hanging up on his wall.
It's a flow chart. Watch Bill. Take idea.
He's speaking to the truth, and it's as strange as that seems. It sounds like you would hear that Jason say that and go, "Oh yeah, duh." But if you're just starting out or you're just first time going to a conference like this, you do have the mindset that we all had at our first conference, which is we have ideas, hold them close. Yeah. Don't talk to anybody. Just quietly, sneak around and watch and take a note and steal a thing, but don't tell them about our thing because our thing is so much better. And when we stopped that, when we just took on the fact that there is no new idea under the sun and there is true collaboration around artists and creative people, then there's the real of the whole thing. Yeah, you blow your mind at the first conference because that's the first time you realize that you're not an island in the world. The next one is, oh my gosh, creative collaboration will actually take me to a place that I never thought was really even possible. I mean, I never thought I'd be able to look at my father and say, I'm a businessman. Okay, I went into DJing, for girls and beer and to avoid going to college. I didn't want to do any of those things. And well, it worked out. Well, let me tell you. I got some numbers. You call Mary Jo McCauley, she'll tell you everything. But
Mary Jo McCauley?
That's the best.
Okay, well now she's probably watching, and I'm sorry, Mary Jo, for bringing you up. But anyway, I can't remember where I was going with this.
I think I just heard 10,000 Facebook requests for Mary Jo. Hi, I'm a lonely DJ.
It wasn't until that conference really that I really understood. I always had a dream, man. If I could only do 30 shows a year at $500, man, I'd be able to not have to do these other 4 jobs that I have to be able to do this. And then, that happened overnight after going to my first conference. And I went, wow. And I'm still making nothing. And then you're married and your wife is bringing home, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 as a hairdresser. And you think you're really showing off. No, I'm really not, And then you start to think like an adult. You start to leave those childish things behind as an adult, and you look at your life and start taking what you do seriously. And that kind of evolution came out of conferences and creative collaboration with people like you guys.
Yeah.
And every man and woman that I've ever met in the entertainment business, period. Much less in the DJ industry, and I know way more people in the DJ industry.
Yeah.
And then you die.
Yep. The end.
That's the whole life. We covered the whole evolution of a DJ right there.
Wow. We should bottle this and sell it. It would be awesome.
Yeah, right. Just get it in a bottle there.
So, what was the...
See, one more thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Pretty excited here. Well, you guys are going to be down in Australia. I am going to be in Anaheim.
Ooh.
That's kind of the same thing.
Kind of, except truthfully, as much as our Australian friends, we love you. But let's face it, when you're sitting in a convention center with that much gear, it's way cooler.
If you give me the choice of standing in a convention room with that much gear or on a beach with all the Australian women that I've seen online, you lose. I'm just saying.
Dude, there's a bear hanging over your head ready to eat your face. Hello.
Whatever.
I could be checking the latest EV speakers out, the latest in lighting. No bears above my head.
Name is good. Yeah, that's true.
So how are you going to answer that question? Like, what's hot?
What's hot? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do our videos for what's hot, and you'll do yours, and we'll see who gets the most hits.
Oh, I don't know. Woofer's Gone Wild is trended pretty well.
Yeah. Watching some of the roadies out there schlepping speakers around there for the setups. Because if you've never been to NAMM, it's an incredible experience. You've got not only the whole exhibit in a convention center, which is huge, but then you've got all the neighboring hotels. It's like every nook and cranny, there's another band set up to perform.
Oh, awesome.
So on the street, there'll be a band, and there'll be right by the doors, there's music, and then you go a little farther, and there's a large stage and set up, and there's a big area there. And then over on the other side, it's like incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
And how long are you going to be there for?
We will be covering actually all 4 days of NAMM this year. We have 6 of us that are going down to cover.
Wow.
NAMM.
So what are you going to do for someone who finds you? Okay, let's say a DJ goes to NAMM and goes looking for John Young and the Disc Jockey News video crew, and they find you. What do they get?
You know
Big kiss, right?
I will bring down some of the DJBS, DJNTV T-shirts. We're getting those.
Yeah, I don't even have one of those yet.
We're getting those. Those are actually, I just finalized the order today.
Are you going to bring the same one you're wearing now, the one you've been wearing for the last 4 days?
Yeah, no.
With the stain on it and everything?
This is my special one when I want to.
This is the one he sleeps in.
This is the one
that's the grand prize.
Yeah, I'm tired of dressing up for his videos, and he comes in a T-shirt every time.
Oh, shush.
No, I even coordinated.
I know.
Yeah, I wanted it so it looked like a floating head and a floating.
Floating titles.
Yeah, I can't afford a subtitler, so.
So anybody that finds you at NAMM is going to get themselves a free T-shirt.
I'll bring a T-shirt, and if they mention seeing it on this video, and if they desperately want a T-shirt, we'll have some more.
Like if you want,
ordered? You haven't ordered any, have you? I just put you on the stick.
No. Actually, we had already talked about this. We actually were getting some, but we weren't going to give you any, so that's kind of awkward. But so yeah, we're really looking forward to NAMM this year, because this, if you don't know what it is, it's the National Association of Music Merchants, and they have everybody. You'll have all the big players in. Not only in the DJ world, which is a small part of it, but instruments and amplification, big sound systems from concert, everything is there. And what I'm really excited about is this year we're going to have some sneak peeks of some of the gear before the doors open.
Wow, that's very cool.
Oh, cool.
So we will
Are you going to be able to share some of those videos before the doors open?
That's going to be tough. It might be because we're going to be coming actually and filming down at a couple of the places, and we'll have the videos ready to go. But we'll have to see exactly. Do I have to wait until the doors open 10 o'clock in Anaheim, or can I? We'll figure that out.
Yeah. So do I have to watch your YouTube page from Australia to catch this?
We will have,
because I'm going to be with my iPad on the beach, and I want to stay up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, so
you're working for me and all.
Call Sheila over to sit next to you and bring you a pina colada. Hey, look at this video, you'll say, and she'll go, yeah, whatever. Let me just kiss you.
Wow, you got quite a fantasy going on.
I was going to go much dirtier, and I just got to stop myself.
Yeah, thanks for that. We were hoping it was a family video.
See, Bill still thinks that if you say the word Sheila, that all women in Australia come running.
They don't. They don't. They don't. Robert Huggins is so much trouble when I talk to him. He's such a liar. Oh.
That'll be a video we'll have to make. Sheila! Oh, they're chasing me. Marine, protect me.
That bionic
We're celebrating our 20th anniversary.
Never mind.
But we digress.
Yeah, we really did, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did. We kind of got off on a topic. So, well, great. I think we're going to wrap things up for tonight here. We've got some cool...
Well, before you go, can you tell more about what you have, the plans that you have so far for Disc Jockey News Television?
Yeah, what is it going to be?
Well, this is kind of our little portal where we have a lot of great educational videos. If you're watching this right now, this is the streaming at the top, which you're seeing a stream. And then down below are some different videos from...
Look at that.
Yeah. Right
down
there.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you see that?
Little tiny head right there.
You see Jeremy Breck way down in the corner? Isn't he so cute down there?
Oh, pat his head. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he's down there pretty
Okay. Anyway.
But what's really cool about the website is, first off, it's going to be a spot for this streaming. We're going to be streaming from Mobile Beat. We're going to be streaming from NAM. We're going to be streaming on a weekly basis doing interviews. Jason and Bill and I will be doing interviews from DJs from around the country. And, of course, they'll be even bringing some video from Australia for us to watch. And, again, this is going to be coming out generally Thursday nights. And then we'll be doing some kind of special things during the Monday, Tuesday nights, whatever. But the really cool part is all the information that we have here. This is all educational material. You're not going to see things like, when I'm talking about speakers or microphones, that's going to be on the Disc Jockey News site. It's not going to be here. This is just educational content. So you come here. You watch the videos. Once you're done watching the videos, what's cool is you go up to the top and you click refresh, and it's going to load a whole new set of videos for you to watch. So if you're sitting somewhere with your tablet, because yes, this works on the tablet, pull up Mr. iPad, load it up, watch, click refresh, and you can sit there and do that for hours, literally. We figured out with the number of videos that we have on this page and the possible mathematical probabilities of it, you could sit there and you could watch.
Wait, hold on. You said there would be no math.
That's why I'm going to give you the numbers. There are close to 100,000 different combinations of videos for you to watch on this page right now.
Wow!
Right now.
Wow!
So there's a lot of great content there. Yeah, and we're really excited about it and looking forward to a really great and educational 2014.
So my slap chop video, I'll be able to put that on.
I'm hoping awesome. As long as you're not doing a product review, because if you're doing a review, we'll put that on.
No. I'm just going to show how much I like the slap chop and the ShamWow.
If you show us how to use it,
oh yeah,
how do you use some ShamWow, and especially if you could do a video on how to use it and make money.
I could show you how I use a ShamWow, but that's a whole different website.
Would that bring the boys to the yard?
That brings the boys to the yard.
Exactly.
The slap chop makes them run away. Let me just say.
It's the Raina Bobbitt version.
Oh! And you were worried about me. Oh.
I just pulled a random name.
That is the publisher of the Disc Jockey News, ladies and gentlemen.
Uncensored.
John Young gone wild.
That's what Vegas is all about. Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time. We've come to our half-hour time frame here, and you guys have got important things to do, like get your sunscreen packed up to go see Sheila.
I got to take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to lay down, and I got to do taxes.
No.
Life's exciting in business.
It is. It's a really wild and crazy time. So
Thanks,
for Disc Jockey News TV, this is John Young. This is Bill Hermann and Jason Jones. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.